Welcome back, listeners, to the Brighter Side of Blue, our worldwide podcast coming to you almost live, and not even almost, just quite a bit live, from Columbo's Cafe and Tavern, home of the Seabo's Pizza. I'm Beppy.
I'm Randy.
I'm LJ.
Producer John.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How does it feel?
I feel honored, and I'm looking at you instead of these people.
I know.
I'm privileged.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're the only man we've allowed for this intro.
Well, I feel blessed.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, well, we're happy you're here.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Got a great show for you all today. I think as women, we want to kick this off with a Zen moment. Just start right away in our vibes and in our inner peace.
Okay, so my Zen moment is man may have discovered fire, but women discovered how to play with it. Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh, that's good.
Perfect. Better your dad ever did.
I don't have to repeat it too.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, because we listen.
Producer John's rules.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Producer John. And I think you may be getting a little lonely up here. So
Yes.
shall we get the good old boys to join us?
Let's bring him up.
All righty. We're back with the dads. I think first off, welcome.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I think you guys should have your own
I was
podcast.
going to say, we getting fired?
Yeah, we've been meaning to talk to you.
You're being replaced.
Yeah, just replaced. Just went with a younger model.
Better looking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
definitely.
some role
Absolutely.
models. LJ, you did great with the Zen. I was in the
Thank
back
you.
listening to it.
Yeah.
Could you say it again one more time?
LJ, don't listen to him.
I've been told that I cannot say it again.
Legally.
You know why? Because you can't say it again.
It's in the joiner contract. It's in the joiner contract.
Come on, let's go.
Wait for it.
Go ahead.
Man may have discovered fire, but women discovered how to play with it. Carrie Bradshaw.
Yes. See, great Zen right there.
Sex and
See,
the City.
it was better because I thought you said Carrie Underwood because she's one of my favorites. Carrie Underwood.
Bradshaw.
Okay, Terry Bradshaw.
She
Okay.
wrote
All right. So
Close.
a quarterback
You're
and a poet. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, LJ, I've been meaning to talk to you. I mean, I think since my dad is so absolutely rude and just insufferable towards your father, I wanted to, send out an olive branch and just apologize and just thinking that we could have a better relationship and be kinder.
Bitch is on.
I take that as a no. Okay, JJ.
Their podcast might be better than ours.
WWE. Come on.
I like it.
I like it.
I like she's got my back.
Yeah.
Always.
So we wanted to have you knuckleheads on because you all had the unique experience of growing up with police dads. And, we never heard your perspective of how that was from you guys. So do you all have any stories that stick out? Randy, we can start with you.
Oh, man. Well, to keep it PG, I won't tell a few stories. But I do have a good one. Probably, I think I was like 17. Me and my best friend Annie were driving on 55, coming home, and I accidentally cut off this man. Now, I'm not really sure if I did accidentally or if I really did cut him off, but I pissed him off. So
That was for sure. That
was for sure. Because I was going faster and so was he. As he was following me, we get off at Hampton, and I still driving. I'm dodging through cars, and he's dodging through cars, and I look at Annie, and I was like, oh, shit. I think he's following us. And she's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, she goes, we'll go faster. I was like, okay, we're on Hampton, but okay. So I go faster. He flies up behind us. And I was like, I think I need to call my dad. And she's like, yeah, I think you do. I was like, dial his number right now. She's like, all right. So she hands me the phone. I'm like, Dad, where are you? I think we're being followed. He's like, where are you? And I was like, well, I'm on Hampton by Loughborough, and I'm pretty sure some guy's following us. He's like, all right, we'll pull into this auto body shop right here. We'll be right down the street, me and Bo. And I was like, okay.
Tommy Bo?
Well, hold on. We were working that night, and we just happened to be leaving Tommy Bo's house because he had forgot something. He had to go get something at his home, and he lived at Holly Hills in Kings Highway, but we were coming down Holly Hills towards Hampton when the phone rang.
Okay.
So
you're
we're
in
at
the
Holly
area.
Hills and Hampton, and she's at Hampton and Loughborough. I said, we're right here. Where you at? She explained where she was at. She was at that near that gas station. But if you go up just a little bit, there's an automotive place there, where they work on cars. And I told her, well, pull in there and then let me know if they pull in with you.
This is Randy's story, dude.
I had to
Clean it up.
We just got a glimpse into growing up in a police family over there.
Right. Well, hold on. Now she can go from there. I just want to explain why I was so close.
Well,
I think it was good.
we pulled in. I was scared at this point. I was kind of sweating, a little nervous, like, oh, okay. So the guy pulls in right after us, and I was like, oh, this is for real. Okay. Well, not 2 seconds later, here comes Dad and Bo flying in right behind him. And we sat there, and he's like, he gets out of the car.
Do we have to skip? At any point, do we have to skip a few seconds?
She snorted.
Maybe. So he gets out of the car, and he pulls the guy out of the car. Throws him on
No, he
top.
was stuck.
no,
he was
no,
stuck
no,
in the
right,
car.
yeah.
He was
We had a
stuck in the
conversation.
He was
car.
choking on his seatbelt, and Tommy
And-
saved him.
I'll tell you a good.
Jeez.
I'll tell you a good.
Tommy, you can take it from here.
To the point he peed his pants a little bit.
We'd prefer not to be indicted
Well,
live.
that's
Statute
a funny story
limitations
as you
way
say that,
up.
Danny, is that as we were coming down Holly Hills, Bo's driving, and I'm in passenger seat, and I'm obviously
Mad.
Wow, emotional. And
Good answer.
and Bo goes, "Hey,
That's a
dude,
great phrase. Emotional.
hey, dude, none of us need to get fired over this." And I'll always remember that. It was solid advice. I mean, we had a discussion. Let them know that fathers don't appreciate that kind of shit when they do them to the daughters.
And he understood and apologized.
And he very much when he left there, he very much understood where I stood.
I like it.
Okay. Good one.
Hey,
Now, my daughter, Mary Beth, known to many as Beppy.
Yes.
Do you have anything? Because we didn't prepare for this. Do you have any?
Yeah, we did not prepare for this.
So should I be prepared for this?
No.
And what do you got?
I just think, Randy, I feel like I can relate to what you said. You call your dad.
Yeah.
And the line got a little blurred because do I call my dad dad or do I call my dad because he's a cop? And you're either way, you're calling dad.
But
And
very true.
I was I played it on the safe side growing up, so not many stories about me needing my dad as a cop because I was in trouble. I didn't like trouble, so I stayed away from it. But there was one time when I was in my car right after basketball practice at my high school, and I couldn't get my car to start. And I was like, okay, it's an old car. I understand. I'll call my dad and he'll pick me up and we'll figure out my car situation. So I call my dad and I say, hey, the car won't start. Can you either pick me up or do we get a tow? I don't know what next steps are. And he comes up and he walks up to my car and he's like, okay, what is it? Is it just does it make a sound?
I drove 20 minutes to get
Yeah,
there.
you drove 20 minutes.
I was in my
interrupted
pajamas.
your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your daily nap. Because it was 3 p.m.
Whoa, I couldn't have been
Right.
then. I was working.
Exactly.
same.
Exactly. And I had flipped the car over, but I hadn't turned the car on. So it was just not on. So that's
No,
why.
You know why it wasn't on? You didn't turn the key
Yeah, I didn't.
all the way. So
It's
I
like
got
one
in
of
the
those
car and I
things.
said, is this what you did? She goes, yeah, it won't start. I go, clicking.
He wasn't mad. He just goes,
Yeah,
and then handed me a doobie. Fake.
Hey,
Fake.
And
I've never done that.
I just drove that car right on home.
yeah, she didn't turn the key all the way, which is
Honestly,
I
tip
can-
for the listeners
I
at
can relate.
home: turn the key in the car and it'll go.
It does help.
great,
does help,
great
I know.
information.
See, when people listen
Little
to me,
things.
they get smarter too. I know you're known for that on this podcast. People come because of education.
It's
and
an
they just got
educational
one. They
podcast.
just got one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very good. LJ.
Well,
Well, one
Oh,
thing I think
JJ's
he should get you a push to start.
Yeah. Ooh.
The old like
LJ,
Put it
that's
back
good.
like Fred Flintstone in the old days. They don't even remember that. He used to have to run. Never
I
mind.
like LJ putting it on Danny.
Yeah.
hey, before she starts telling her stories, I'm going to be honest. They're probably not going to make me look that great
Ever.
as a policeman, as a father. I'm a bad father.
Nah.
You already told father. But go on.
You already told the story with taking Michael to Super Troopers at 10.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a
I
good
was
one.
there too.
She was there, bored out of her gourd. Michael laughed at every joke. But anyway, but there's a story where you were in high school? In
Yeah,
a party?
I was like 18.
All right, go ahead.
So we would always go to my best friend's husband's house, but they were dating back then. We'd always go to his dad's house in Kirkwood, and we always had huge parties. The cops come one night, and I called him immediately, and I was like, should we answer the door? They're saying, you better answer this door. And he was like, no. He said that they don't have a search warrant. Why don't you just go hide?
Perfect response.
So we went downstairs in the basement.
Yeah, no, that's the funny part. She went, I'm listening to this. I'm going to say, they can't do that. Just wait them out. So she goes to the basement. She like puts her phone down and says, my dad says we just wait out. They'll probably get off at 11. And we can just, no one leave.
No one answered the door. So we went and hid in the basement. There's windows. The cops, the Kirkwood police, shine their flashlights on us, and they're like, we see you assholes. And I'm like, whoa.
They waited them out. They listened.
Dad also said, don't let anyone leave because they're probably just like a block down waiting for someone to leave. So
Is that good, solid parenting advice?
Definitely.
Well, how did it? What was the end result?
There you go.
nothing happened.
Then
There
it
you
was
go.
great
Go.
parenting
He was
advice.
correct.
JJ.
Very
That's
nice.
solid.
I want to add everyone else was drinking besides me because I was sober in high school.
Very
All right.
nice.
Nice.
She was the DD.
That is something to
I was
brag
always
about.
a DD.
Always the DD.
Yeah.
I think.
But I like when
that you were
JJ
as
told
well,
me the
right?
story is when Lauren would put
Okay,
the phone
thank
down.
you.
College is a different story. But
Yeah, let's put it
When
down.
Lauren
talk.
would put the phone
Yeah.
down. My dad said
And-
they're getting off at 11. They'll be gone soon.
But
Policemen are out of the window going, "What the hell? This Gail's dad."
they gave up on
And
us.
you know why she didn't drink in high school? She's making up, or she partied in college and still is. But when they were little, like 7 and 5, and
I was 7.
Michael was 5, and so I had a warrant application to do down at the old headquarters. So I'm a divorced dad. I got these kids, so I had them. So I brought them down there. All you do is get it stamped, and you're good, whatever. So right there in the old headquarters is a cell, holding cells for the prisoners. So I was like, so I opened it. I said, I had the lady buzz me in. So I opened up the door and I walked both my little 5 and 7-year-old in, and I'm going, now, if you ever do anything wrong, this is where they put you. And so some guy, and there was quite a few prisoners being held in this back cell. Somebody from the back goes, hey man, this ain't no damn zoo. And that's why she was such a good kid, because she didn't want to be in those cells. But Michael doesn't, that's how they were so young, Michael doesn't remember that story, but she brought this up the other day. I go, I forgot all about that.
All I said was, did he just say a cuss word?
He did say damn.
So
Yeah.
I have to tell a story on Beppy then along those lines. We had some friends over. She was like 2 years old, and her older brother and another 2-year-old, or everybody was under 4. There's 4 kids in our room, in a bedroom at our house. And they closed the door, and it was dead silent for a couple of hours. And me and my wife and another couple were having a few drinks, and we're like, man, it is so quiet. What are they doing? And so we went and opened the door to that bedroom, and they had gotten into the baby powder.
Yes.
I mean, massive, and they
Yes.
were throwing it in the air, and you couldn't even see. It was a fog of baby powder. It had settled in everywhere, and so mad. You don't even know what to say to these little kids. What are you doing?
That's some
At
fun.
the exact time we discover what they did, police officer Tony DeBello. Do you remember
remember
Tony
Tony.
DeBello? Tony DeBello. He shows up at the house just to visit. I don't know if it was a holiday. Can't remember if it was a holiday or what. He just stopped by the house to visit, and I'm like, Tony, come here. I go in there and act like you discovered what they had just done, and give them a little bit of hell. And
That
so
ain't right.
they were older than 2. Oh,
Thank you.
I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting great. They were older than 2, and Tony DeBello goes there. Now look what you guys did. You shouldn't do this, the other thing. If you do that, officers are gonna come and visit you, whatever. Fast forward a year or 2, and this one here did something wrong, and Denise goes, "Do you want me to call Officer DeBello?" She goes, "Oh no, not Tony DeBello."
Yeah.
Remember that? No, you don't remember that.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Whatever.
Well, I actually have. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
No,
Oh,
JJ.
I
he's
interrupted
holding
you.
back.
No, that's
Look
okay.
at
That's why your
that,
daughter's
JJ.
after me.
That's right.
Mm.
No. I have so many stories that we won't have enough time for this. But when she got older and she would go downtown to, which I didn't like. She was 21 at the time. They would go down the Wash Avenue. It was still fun to double her. And she knew I got off at 2, so she would call me. She's always been responsible, so she'd call me and go, "Hey, what are you doing?" I go, "I'm working." She goes, "What time you get off?" I go, at almost like at 2. She goes, "Can you come pick me up and take me and my friends home?" So there's so many times I get calls saying, "Hey, you working? Can you come get us and take us home?" So I did that.
Drink us home. Is that what you just said?
Take us home.
Okay, gotcha.
She was drinking by then, but anyway, she was
A lot.
responsible and never would drive.
Yeah.
She's the Uber queen.
As Randy worked here at Columbo's for how long, Rand?
Oh man, this
right.
makes me.
Forgot
This
about
is
that.
going to tell you how old I am.
You
At
look
least
good, though.
15 years.
Really?
Ago?
Yes.
Ago.
Well, I
That's
started
when you-
here when I was
10.
23.
They let 10-year-olds work here, I heard.
Yeah.
and
Slave
I
labor.
worked for a really long time, and I've even come back because they've asked me, and you can't say no,
Right.
Because it's Columbo.
So you're part of the family.
part of
What
the
hap-
family.
talk about your first day that you were here.
Yeah, actually, I was telling you girls this
Yeah.
earlier. So I was kind of shy when I was younger, and a friend of mine who worked here, her daughter actually went to my mom's daycare, and she was like, "You've got to come work at the bar. You'll have so much fun." Blah blah blah. I'm like, ooh. My dad's like, "You should do it. You'll have a good time. It's a great place." And I was like, "Okay." So I came with my friend Jen, filled out application, and I was like, "I don't know." And then he's like, "Well, you're Tom Sawyer's daughter. You can have the job." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So my first day, I'm driving here, and I lived in the city for many years, and I was driving here, and I got pulled over.
You
On my
sound like an
first
incredible driver.
And honestly,
I can just
I mean,
sense
you
it.
know,
Hey,
someone who taught me how to
I
drive
didn't
right
teach you
here
how to drive.
lies.
I had never been in the passenger seat with any of my daughters.
It was my
Ever.
teenage friends who taught me how to drive.
Yes.
And I don't even know if I was really even going that fast. That was a long time ago to even
Yeah, okay.
think of.
Gotcha.
But he pulled me over, and I was like, "Well, I'm on my way to my job at Columbo. It's my first day." And he's like, "I'm like, you know, my dad's there. He's a police officer. All his friends." He's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "No, for real." Like, he's like, "Well, then you take your ticket and you give it to them." And I was like, "Okay, I will."
Could you say his name?
I don't. I wish. And I called Greg, and I was like, "I am so embarrassed, but I just got pulled over. I'm going to be late for my first day." And so I'm on here. I get here, and there's probably, I think it was my dad and Bo, and I think you were here too.
Probably.
And Speece
Good.
maybe. And they're all sitting at the table, and I walk up to them. I was like, "Hey," they're all like, "Hi." I was like, "I got a speeding ticket." So they were like, "We'll take care of it." And I was like, "Oh, perfect thing to happen to me on my first day at the
Yep.
bar."
You know what though?
By taking care of it, we
Right.
meant you got points taken against your
Right.
license, and you had to go to driver training
Right.
school and hire an attorney.
Yeah.
Don't ever give your ticket to Leo Rice, because that will happen. Trust me.
No, I was just saying when you took this job and every time you worked, you never saw your father so much.
Oh, all the time. All of you guys. So don't even talk about him, because you all were here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we had that one.
Who? What?
Yeah, she calls me. We
Oh.
were here on a Thursday.
Was that the one in Bella Villa?
No. I'm getting
That's a
off of your
different
driving record.
What?
I'm going to go to your
How
How
Good
many
Samaritan.
times
I
have you
did.
been pulled over?
No, she
I
just,
did.
yeah.
Well, he
This
was
one.
Get my car
retired
to
then.
go.
How many
and
times do you
just
drive
get-
and not get pulled over?
Right.
And the crazy thing, well, in Bella Villa, you get pulled over for going
That
too
was enough,
slow.
Right.
And they
That
they
was
were
your problem. You were driving
yeah,
too
and they
slow.
pulled me over. They told me if he would come pick me up, because I told him, I was like, my dad's a retired police officer. Like, well, if he comes and gets you, we'll let you go. And I was like, but I wasn't doing anything. And he drove all the way from Oakville to Lee May to pick me
That
up.
was nothing.
It was nothing. But
The one that I was going to talk about is when we were here on that Thursday. The whole group that we worked with was here, and you guys were all probably here. But there was a younger guy that worked with us in the task force, and it was a Thursday, and so we were out of here by 8, most of the normal, But this place used to get jumping on a Thursday,
oh yeah.
and a lot of policemen, whatnot. So he wanted to hang out and stay. So she calls at like 2 a.m. and says, "Hey, your boy is passed out on a bench up here." And I go, "Well, can you just take him to your apartment and I'll grab him in the morning?"
Wow.
I
Your
still had
partner?
to close
It
and
wasn't
do all
me.
the
Never
stuff.
mind.
We
We
don't
say.
need to say no name.
I got a good idea, but I'm not going to say
I'm sure you know. He was younger than you guys.
I know.
So I wake up in the morning and Randy piled him in her car and
Wow.
got him into the couch. And I call him the next morning when I'm in front of her apartment. Or it was a duplex.
Oh,
a
it
duplex.
was something at that time. Who
And,
knows?
I go, "Come outside." And he's just waking up. This is the first time he's been coherent in 12 hours. And it's me telling him to come outside. And he comes outside, and you can say he's just bewildered. He's looking around, and I just rolled out my window, "Get in, idiot." He got in, and we had to come down here and get his car. So.
Well, the fact of the matter is that in the beginning, when I was like, "You're coming with us," he's like, "Don't tell your dad, he's going to kill me." And I was like, "Oh, too late, brother."
Just get in the car.
Sorry, just get in the car. Let's go.
Oh my goodness, Tommy, you were active. Beppy, do you have any other stories, or do you have?
Yeah, I mean, you
useless
just got to get real used to saying, "I'm Dan Howard's daughter." Like that, I got so much shit. Like, we'd go to parties that you had nothing to do with, and people would just try to get free drinks. Like, "I'll have a beer, I'm Dan Howard's daughter." And the bartender would be like, "Okay, like, you can leave." Because so often we'd, pull
Score?
up to you'd score. You'd walk up to a stranger in uniform, "I'm Dan Howard's daughter," and they
Yeah.
escort you to a parking spot.
Trust
in
me,
the
I
front
paid
row.
for it. I tried. You think? Oh, it was the best thing. I paid for it. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
people-
didn't.
Well, shh.
Do you have any useless information?
I do. I do. Well,
Yes.
first of all, turn your car on to move.
Yeah.
And then also, I hear this episode is airing around, the
First of the year.
first of the year. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. January 1st and December 25th are the days of the year with the fewest birthdays. So you're a rare one.
Why is that?
Well, technically, if you want to get technical,
I do.
it's just a day you don't schedule births. So you don't schedule your induction or your C-section for
Okay.
New Year's Day or Christmas Day.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
So you're rare. And then, of course, that's all a lie because February 29th would be the birthday with the least birthdays. So.
Oh my God!
Interesting.
Isn't it a leap year or something?
That was
Yeah.
the best one ever.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, your dad's never even touched something like that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. Sorry.
You're right, JJ. You're right, JJ. I should do better, and I will try to do better moving forward, JJ.
The
bar
I was
has
listening to
been set
everything she had
high.
to say.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very good. And do we have any updates over there from the P Diddy trial from Randy? Is she sporting any updates?
I don't know. Are you a P Diddy fan?
TikTok.
Yeah, it's all over TikTok.
Oh, it is.
Are you
Oh,
guys-
yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Are
I
you
get a
guys-
lot of my information.
Any of you have like an opinion like who might be the next indicted?
Well, let's go to the
J-Lo.
draft.
Or name.
I got Jay-Z,
J-Lo.
Definitely.
and
Definitely.
he got named,
Definitely.
but
J-Lo.
Yeah, Beyonce.
I think somebody's got him.
So for our listeners that
just sure.
haven't listened in, we had a draft of who we think will be the next ones indicted in the P Diddy trial, and every one of us had 4 top choices. And producer John, do you have those anyway? But it's not important. But Tommy, you did take Jay-Z, and I think you're on a track.
But that's the
I
only
took
one so
Oprah.
far.
I-
I took, yeah,
Oprah.
yeah.
Oprah.
And I like Oprah, but
No
I
way,
just wanted a
Oprah.
long
She's
shot.
Too powerful.
Yep.
She's too powerful.
She's beyond
But she got movies
everyone else.
Untouchable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just like
Well,
Ellen.
the one with Jay-Z where he got named, that's falling apart quick.
You mean in a
For
bad
the,
way?
Oh,
For
yeah.
him? For him?
No, for the gal. The gal. didn't-
Oh, she was lying?
And then that Tony Busby, the high-priced lawyer, and then he had to come out with a statement saying, we took this from another law firm, and they vetted it, and now they're starting their own vetting, and you're like, didn't you think about doing this prior? And so yeah, it's not going too well, but there will be more named, and they're messing with money though. Jay-Z's got some money.
Let's pay some bills real quick before we wrap this up. Mary Beth, can you do a Schicker Ford of St. Louis commercial?
Oh, get it, girl.
Do you have this written down somewhere?
No, in my melon.
It's in your
Oh,
melon?
Well, that's not
Yeah.
gonna
Is
help.
Is that the
her.
only thing up there?
Right.
Yeah, so I'll
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Schicker Ford of St. Louis, our community Ford dealer.
That was wrong, dude.
That
That
was
was
messed
That
up.
was so wrong.
Mobile service van will come to your house, change the oil, do other minor repairs. They have a new shipment of Ford F-150s down on the South Kings Highway lot. They have Jeep and Chrysler out in Union and Washmo, right?
Yes.
And Schicker Automotive is a proud sponsor. We're proud to have them as a sponsor. They're a great community partner. So
Absolutely.
Schicker Ford of St. Louis. Tommy, you got one to pay a bill?
I've got a couple. First is CampbellSecurityGroup.com. If you need to protect your daughters, like we would like to, if they were going on some kind of extravagant, dangerous trip, you can get a hold of Corby. He does travel. Corporate security helps come up with corporate security plans, protect your assets, and that is CampbellSecurityGroup.com. Corby Campbell.
Very nice. And then we have a cigar shop, JJ.
Yeah, we do. Off of Watson.
Yep, 8984 Watson Road, Riverman Cigar Company, Dan Ponder and family.
Right.
Great guy. Go in there.
Yeah.
Cigar ranges from the least expensive to the most rare, expensive brands, and whatever your flavor is with cigars, they got it.
Very nice. Now, the idea of this show, bringing our daughters on, came from one of our number one fans, or our number one fan, Mary Michelle. Didn't she send in a request that we bring our daughters on?
she
And
did.
so
Yep, she
we wanted
did.
to ring in the new year with our beautiful daughters. So thank you so much.
One of the,
for
and we got
being
some
on.
more bills to pay, but one of the things that I wanted to
Tommy always does that to me.
Right.
I mean, you can tell, like, I have a buddy that he's a Bosnian guy, and a great friend of mine, Demir, if you're listening. And when you're talking to him on the phone, I don't know what it is, but like people from Bosnia, they can't get your inflection like when you're trying to get off the phone. All right, brother, sounds good. Yeah, so anyway, Danny, I was just going to say, oh, that sounds awesome. All right, brother, well, it's been good talking to you. Yeah, so what are the kids up to? And they don't get the inflection. So I was just going through a little thing right there, wrapping it up a little
Right,
bit.
you're trying to wrap it up,
not.
but there's a question that we all talked about that you haven't brought up yet.
Oh.
And that question
This
is,
is
over the
true.
years,
I went through the whole thing, and he was right.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I knew where you were going. I know when you're trying to shut shit down.
You do. You
Yeah,
can tell
you-
my,
you are-
you
I
get
know
my
when you-
inflection.
Right.
You're
I knew
not
you-
from
yeah.
Bosnia.
You're trying to shut shit
Oh
down
my
with
gosh.
all the ads,
And
and
we
then we were going to get out of here. And then I said, okay, we got more ads to read,
Right.
Yeah.
but we got a story to tell.
But
Wait,
let's
yeah.
get the ads in.
well, we can end with the ads.
I got you, bro. You already defeated me. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, you all are fired. We're taking over absolutely.
Wow.
This shit.
Whose show really is this?
This
Come on.
is
No, I'm
unreal.
ready. What do you got?
No, one of the things we talked about talking about was talking about.
This was good, though. This is good. I'm
was,
sorry about this.
Over the years, you guys have been around all of our partners, all of our friends, and I get it. They're all memorable in a certain way. But who was the most memorable officer or one of his friends to you, LJ?
The first person I remember was Dad's partner, Jim Long, but then you, because we would vacation together,
That's cool.
Pensacola.
You guessed
Rock
it.
on.
You guessed it might be that.
And actually,
great.
No,
Jim Long would be so proud. He's gonna be so happy to hear that you. He's still a big part of our family. He came
Absolutely.
over Christmas Eve, so he's
Yeah.
Nice.
Just saw him
Yep.
Christmas Eve.
How about you, Beppy?
Patty Toth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad's partner for a long time. Just such a strong woman representation of the force, just at its best. Just was always a role model to me and brought kindness and strength at all times. So yeah, shout out Patty.
Wow,
Nice.
that's
Strong.
awesome.
Now ours is going to be a little different because I do have 3 daughters. Randy's my oldest, so we discussed this at Christmas so we could get everybody's view on this. And so Randy will go with hers. What was yours, Randy?
Well, through the years, I love all of you guys because you all been part of my life from forever. So, but the one guy I'll always remember who always stood out, who was always crazy, always had a good time, was Brian Dolan.
Rest in peace.
So
rest in peace.
R.I.P.
to,
Brian.
Yeah.
to a legend.
Nice.
So, and I want to say that my sister Nikki probably would have went with Joe Spees. He was very important to her.
Actually, she said Jimmy Long too.
Did she say Jimmy Long?
Yeah,
Okay,
she
give
said
shout out to Jimmy
so
Long.
Jimmy Long get
Yeah.
too.
I mean, he's a good dude.
But our conversations were all over the place.
Yeah.
They
that's
were.
cool.
And then
That's cool.
Jordan.
Jordan was definitely Tom Walsh, and
Well,
I mean Tom Walsh is still badass. I'm not gonna lie. So,
But that's
But-
Jordan's. Yeah,
but,
that
yeah.
video we put out. I don't know if you guys saw that. Some guy getting slinged around. Tom Walsh still got it.
yeah, he does.
It's 6
So-
one.
And
that
then
video that went viral.
Jack. So I just while we were there, I
Yeah,
was
oh,
asking
yeah.
Jack, and Jack's was And they all mentioned Jimmy because we
I'm
vacationed.
getting my feelings.
No, we love you.
Yeah. Man, oh man.
We went
Go
on
ahead.
vacation like 9 years in a row.
You're my favorite cop.
Thank you.
But
You're our family, though.
Jack
so.
was
Thank you.
John Heffley and Joe Spees.
Yeah.
That was a
Man, I
tie.
didn't even get Jack's.
Nice.
Damn.
No,
All right.
they all kept saying you, so we had to almost say besides him.
Here, whatever. Good cover.
100%.
Good cover.
100%.
It's all them times we had in
Hey,
Florida.
JJ, my son just texted his in, and his says he said JJ.
Yeah, uh-huh.
He's a good kid, which I know is a total lie, but I appreciate that. We're connecting on another level now.
You're the number one
It's
stunner.
almost creepy. So
Mama
he's so
Howard,
nice.
Denise, and
That's
now
right.
Brian.
So
That's awesome. The whole
Oh.
Howard family
Oops.
prefers me.
Why don't
Appreciate
you start paying the phone bill then?
Yeah.
He's trying to make up for being mean to you.
you
Tommy-
came around
Yeah.
and never left.
But if you want to
Exactly.
rediscover,
Exactly.
if you want to rediscover your prime, you know where you want to go.
If you're minus testosterone,
Yeah, if you're just down,
you're feeling low on testosterone. Where do I want to go?
Or vitamins, anything. You want to lose a little weight,
Yeah.
anything you need. Prime Performance StL.com, and then the Prime Performance is their business name. Their website is primeperformancestl.com. Where are their two physical locations, JJ?
1222 Central Park Drive, O'Fallon, Illinois, and then they have one in South in Fenton, 44 Fenton Plaza,
Yep.
in Missouri.
And you can rediscover your prime. Some of the things they offer is testosterone therapy, hormone therapy, vitamin injections, medical weight loss, IV therapy, and peptides. And they are law enforcement owned, the worms and them.
But not
And,
Bubba.
But not, we do have to say
Not
that,
Bubba.
Not Bubba. And they do offer a discount for law enforcement, and they do offer a little smaller discount, but a discount nonetheless for the Brighter Side of Blue listeners.
Nice. Very good. Nice.
Do we get all of our stuff in?
Yes.
I would like to say one more thing before
Absolutely.
we end. I know
All right.
I caught your inflection, but I want to say it anyway.
She's good.
Yeah. I just wanted to, almost in summary, hopefully the listeners picked up on this, but our dads, every time we called, were there. Either they were in the car, getting in the car to meet us wherever we were, or giving us great advice on how to handle whatever situation we were in. There was no judgment right off the bat. There was no, you're in trouble. It's, if you're in trouble, I'm there for you. It's the truest form of a first responder. And to be able to have that in a parent is really just incredible. And the community that was built upon the police force and how all of these policemen were in my life. And it's just great. You really learn to admire the blue. And it was a great way to be raised, with the respect of the police force and then also with the support. So thank you for what you did all
What are you
those
doing
years.
next Thursday?
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
That might have been the best thing ever said on the show.
You might have lost your job over there, buddy.
My daughter, she lives in California, so she can't replace me, but you sure the hell can.
Yeah, okay.
Tommy, what about our communities?
Communities that support law enforcement are safer places to live.
Peace.
Peace.